Welcome back to POV Pool. This is the 25th annual Andy Mercer 9-Ball Classic. You're watching Ramin BAHKTIARI versus John Staten or Staten?
Staten.
Staten?
Yeah, he goes by JT.
JT.
Yeah.
And you have Stacy Allsup and Ben Sutherland in commentary. Enjoy.
Hello.
Marianne is here rooting on Ramin. Wants to tell everybody in the chat hi. So Marianne here supporting. And we have a new match coming up too. We have Ray Skinador versus Phil Prentice getting ready to start. Again, Ray, local favorite. Phil Prentice, a player from California, from Sacramento. I'm guessing he probably came up with Brian Parks.
I would say there's a good chance.
A lot of those California players stick together.
Mm-hmm.
John Lalo was going to be very disappointed with that shot. He was just playing a shot and followed the cue ball. So now Jeff Schiller's up 1-0 with ball in hand and 4 balls, and I think he'll probably make quick work of that and make it 2-0.
Ramin's in a bit of a weird spot here.
Yeah. You're supposed to be playing 5 minutes ago, right?
No, 6:45.
Oh, okay.
I gave away too many games that set, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hey.
I was really rooting for you, buddy.
Well, I was rooting for me too. It's my habit lately. I give away 3 games a set every time.
Ben's talking to Mike about his loss to Joe Canella that last round.
Well, it was just that I was thinking to when I went to break, I was thinking, don't hit it too hard. Just
We can hear what he's thinking.
pop, right? Yeah, what happened was
Absolutely.
I wasn't
So
focusing on what I was doing.
you already know what matches we have going on right now, but coming up, we're going to have Josh Smith versus Steve Baker, Oscar Dominguez versus Paul Juarez.
That'll be on the stream
I
table.
wasn't thinking about
We'll see, yeah.
I
And
was
then yours truly, Ben Sutherland versus Gary Namora.
Yay.
And then Richard Geiler versus Don McClellan. So more matches coming up. We still got more matches after that. We're going to have Donnie Branson versus Walter Glass later. Eric Yerlefson, Frank Moreno. Tommy DeLorenzo versus Joe Canella. Grant Gilbert versus Ian Costello. So still a lot of good pool to be played. Stay tuned in.
I didn't see you play, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, everybody thought you were going to steal that game.
I pretty much never hit balls. I will play in scotch doubles or chip tournaments or 3-man team events. Just stuff that I know that I'm going to have fun and have a good time. Anything that has rules that I don't like, I don't play. And anything that has people that I don't like, I don't play. So I really just try to play events that I know that I'm going to have a good time at and really just enjoy the game. So that's just haven't gotten back into it since I had my back surgery. Haven't been competitive. Maybe one day, but for now I like enjoying playing and not being mad all the time. So it's a good way to be.
Good player, you thought you were going to win, didn't win it.
JT missed a fairly easy 4-ball and left a 4-6 combo for Ramin. And looks like Ramin's going to pick up the pieces.
Hey Claudia, how you doing? We will definitely see you next weekend. Can't wait to see you. You're always a huge support of the event, so very excited. And you can see Ramin using that 6-pocket strategy. He overran that 7-ball quite a bit, but now he has another pocket to shoot it in. So. Thank you, Claudia. So Ramin has let JT to the table. He's going to have a tough shot on the 7. He can bank it, he can cut it, he can play safe. What do you do here, Ben?
Cut it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Looks like that's what he's doing too. Wow. That still works.
That's about what I would do.
That's one way to do it. That's, you know, it gets you the W.
It's that Revo shaft.
Yeah. And his mom is in the crowd.
It's revolutionary.
And she is clapping. I have a feeling she's the biggest cheerleader in the room for him right now. She's watching very intently. It's very cute.
Yeah, she's a sweet lady.
Yep. My dad does the same thing for me when I go to tournaments. So.
JT's over there laughing, head nodding.
Yep.
See you, buddy.
He just gives the look like, well, it worked.
We got
Claudia
Frank
says,
Marino behind us.
Claudia Justice says you're sounding good.
Which one is he?
Big heart for pool.
Big heart for pool. Hi, Claudia. Long time. Hope you're doing well. Miss you guys back there. Let me know if you need a GPS tracker installed. I think I have one left. It's going to confuse some people out there, but she'll know what I'm talking about. Powered by Revo, that's right. Okay, so Ramin's got ball in hand. Let's see what he does here.
And an update on the table to your left. You got Tommy Butler up 3-2 over Chris Stanfield. Phil and Ray still no score yet. And Jeff Schulder is up 2-0 and shooting the 7 over John Lalo. So if nothing crazy happens here, he's going to be up 3-0 over John Lalo. And Jeff also used to live in Las Vegas.
I thought he used to.
Yeah.
Where's he at now?
He's from
Minnesota?
Northern Nevada.
Oh.
Yeah. He lives in Northern Nevada now. Ramin shot that ball good to make sure that he didn't get hooked behind the 8. He's just going to draw straight back for the 6, I'm guessing. Doesn't have a whole lot of angle to go the other way.
Is it just me, or do does Ramin and Rick Jones look a little bit alike?
Yeah, it could definitely be Rick Jones from behind. And he did choose to go between that 7-9 window. I don't know if I would shoot it that way because it's a
Is he behind that point?
It's a small window.
He might have just put himself behind the point.
He may have, yeah. And he almost scratched. He's looking at it.
And if you're watching or listening, Rick, that was all love, buddy.
Yep.
I'm up at 6:45.
Mm.
6:45.
There's like an hour period, like started about half an hour. When no new matches will start, there's time to catch up.
They basically build an hour window into the matches so that if they run behind, they do the same thing with the dock, but it doesn't matter because it still runs behind because it's lower level players. So I think he was hooked on that, and he's going to let JT back to the table.
I love that low max that he's got.
And he hit that shot good to come back across the table for the 7, and this could put him up 2-0. Ramin would have given him 2 gifts now. Well, no, I guess he shit in the first gift.
Nicely played.
Claudia says good luck.
Thank you, dear. JT's up 2-0.
Yeah. And Jeff Schulder did run that out. He is up 3-0 over John, but John is at the table with ball in hand. 5 balls left. So if John can win this, he can stop the bleeding a little bit.
I'm going to step out here in just a minute. I'm up in less than 30 minutes, and I'm going to try to grab a quick bite to eat.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. Stay
Get my
ready.
energy back up. Oh, like that video you guys played earlier?
Uh-huh, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
dying.
that was all Daniel.
Did I do something wrong?
No, we were just talking about the video you played earlier.
He was watching the stream from home when you played the
angry-
the psycho dog guy. Yeah, the Roger Borley look-alike. But he does
Yeah.
look like Bill Nye, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Ben was nice enough to text me a picture of Bill Nye to let me know that he agreed with me of my the fact that Roger Borley looks a little bit like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Things that entertain us. All right, I'm going to wait till this rack is done, and then I'm going to step away.
Not a chance. Rattled the one. Left it a little bit tough, but still a makeable shot. JT could get out here. I got to root for JT on this one. I've known him a long time. He's a nice guy. He comes out here every year and supports this tournament. And, yeah, got to root for JT on this one. Ray and Phil just had their first break. They're starting now, so we'll keep you updated on that score.
It's the over-under on the length of time that match takes.
Long.
Long. There isn't a number. It's just
There's,
long.
yeah, yeah.
I'll take the over.
Anything more than an hour and a half, hour and 45 is long for me.
Take T.
Made the 2, missed the 3. Ramin's going to get back to the table with a tough shot. He's probably going to play safe. I mean, he could try to bank the 3, but he might. Who knows? Tommy Butler is at the table against Chris. He's got a chance to win this game and make it 4-2. He does have a shot at the 2. And Jeff is at the table against John. John did win that last game, so the score there is 3-1. And Jeff may have just left him a 1-9 combo, and he looks a little bit frustrated as he walks away from the table. It looks like Ray's playing a little bit faster. Remember,
I was about to say that he's already on the 8 ball.
well, Jim Blakeman did go over and warn both players that they needed to speed up a little bit, even though it was hill. I know that I talked to Ray as I was stepping outside, and he took that to heart and didn't realize that he was playing slow, so I know he's going to try to play faster this round.
It looks like he put an extension. He did. He's got an extension piece between
Yeah? Maybe it's to make him a little bit more comfortable.
the shaft and the butt of his cue.
But he ran that rack out very quickly. He's now up 1-0. And Tommy Butler gave the table back. He didn't make the attempt on the 2, so now Stanfield is back at the table with a chance to tie the game.
Ramin tried to hook him behind the 8 ball with the cue ball and overshot it by about 6 inches. But
And John Lalo just tried the 1-9 combo, missed it, and left Jeff no shot but a chance to play safe. So we'll see what he does with that.
When do you play again?
30 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to go to the movies today? Well, what do you want to watch?
POV.
Either lower drop.
Pool, POV pool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't type in POV.com. You will not get, well, maybe
I'm
you
curious.
will
I'm
get
just
what you
gonna do
came
it.
for.
Let's see what comes up.
We'll let you know. Stay tuned for that. So Mike did choose to attempt a safety there. He did not.
Okay, that's POV.com.
Yeah. Ramin did not get the safety. He's going to let JT back to the table. And as a reminder, it is not POV.com. It is POVPOOL.com. And we'll just leave it at that. So JT tried to freeze him to the back of the 4. He didn't quite get there. So Ramin's going to have a shot at the 3 with a natural angle to get back to the 4. So if he makes the 3, he should be good to go. And Chris did run out after Tommy missing the 2 ball. So the score there, Chris Stanfield versus Tommy Butler, is 3-3. And John Lalo is back at the table with a bank on the 1. Score there is still 3-1. He's trying to run this out and decrease Jeff's lead a little bit. And he instead chose to play pretty lock-up safety. So we'll see how good Jeff's kicking skills are. You know, that table's out of view, but we're trying to let you know what's going on around the room. And you can see Tommy Butler racking for Chris. So Chris is tied it up, and it's his break. So he will have a chance to take the lead. And again, he will have the hill break in that match if that's what it comes to. Ramin has a chance to extend his lead, or to get rid of John's lead a little bit. John's up 2-0 right now. If he makes this, it'll be 2-1. So you can see on this view right now, to your left, we have Phil Prentice versus Ray Skinandor. Straight back, we have Jeff Schulter versus John Lalo. Upper right is Tommy Butler versus Chris Stanfield. And our feature table is Ramin BAHKTIARI versus JT Staten.
All right, I'm going to step out. I got to get ready for my match here shortly.
Ben is going to hand over the mic for a minute. He's got to get ready for his match. Thanks, Ben, for hanging out. Always appreciated.
Oh, yeah. Always fun.
We'll see
Thanks
you back
for tuning
after
in,
your
guys.
match.
Hopefully I can report back with some positive results.
Absolutely.
Wish me luck.
We'll be rooting for you. So we just saw John's break. He didn't make a ball, so Ramin will come to the table. And Chris still at the table from his break, trying to break and run that rack to take the lead. And we're still in that same game between John Lalo and Jeff Schilder, except now it looks like Jeff has a shot. So he could extend his lead here. If he wins this game, he'll be up 4-1. Ray and Phil still working on their second game. So you're watching in that back table, you're watching Chris Stanfield. JT's waiting for him to shoot. Good for now. JT tried to play a safety there. Didn't get there. Ramin can see at least half the ball. And you're watching Chris make that 9 ball to go up 4-3. It'll now be Tommy's break. So we'll see if Tommy can return the favor and break and run right back. And he played a great safety. Got him right behind that 8 ball. It's going to be a tough ball to hit. So Jeff has hooked himself on the 5 ball. He's trying to figure out how he wants to hit that ball over there against John Lalo. And Ray's working on trying to run out. He has a shot. We'll see what he does with it. I'll see, and then I'll tell you. misses, and he's going to give Phil a chance at the table. It's wide open, so we might see Phil Prentice get on the board here. Jeff Schilder kicks the 5-ball in and now has 3 balls left to make his score 4-1. Still waiting on Tommy to break. He wasn't happy with that first rack. He's having Chris look at it again. He's satisfied, so Tommy Butler to break against Chris Stanfield. Chris is up 4-3. Ramin hits that out good to make sure that he can still shoot the 4 in the side. He's got a pretty easy shot to stay there for the 5. And if he gets out, he will be tying up the score 2-2 right now. JT is up 2-1 in this match versus Ramin. And at the top of your screen, you can see Phil Prentice running out against Ray Skinador. Ray's up 1-0. If Phil makes these 3 balls, it'll be tied 1 apiece. Jeff and John still working on that 5th game over there. So let you know what happens with that. That's in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And that was the 9-ball fall-in. It was John that was shooting it, so the score is now 3-2. Jeff Schilder's up 3-2 over John Lalo. And Phil did not get out there. He gave that to Ray, so Ray is now up 2-0, and it is Ray's break, so he could extend his lead here pretty quickly. So the score is 2-2. That was Ramin's break. He made 2 balls. He's got a shot at the 1. The table is nice and open. We'll see if he can capitalize on this and take the lead in this match. And as you can see in the upper left, well, straight back, Ray's got 5 balls left to take the lead 3-0. Ramin doesn't look happy with the shape, but that's definitely a makeable ball. gets between that 6 ball and 8 ball beautifully, leave himself a nice shot at the 5. He's got enough angle that he can come around for shape on the 6. He comes here every year, and I know he always tries to beat his finish from the year before, and winning this match will definitely help him do that. He's always been a great supporter, Ramin. I say nothing. He's deciding how he wants to get to the 6 ball, whether he wants to go forward, go backward.
Feel the body heat.
Ray attempted a jump shot on the table behind us and jumps the cue ball off the table. So Phil will have a chance to redeem himself for that last 3 ball out that he missed. So he definitely left himself a makeable shot, but I don't think it's he wanted to be more out in the center of the table. He really didn't want to be that close to the rail, but he should have no problem making it here. So Ramin wins that game. He takes the lead over JT. The score is now 3-2, Ramin. Phil did run out that rack that Ray left after jumping the cue ball off of the table. So Ray is now up 2-1 over Phil. John Lalo won that last game against Jeff. Jeff is now up 4-2 over John Lalo. And Chris and Tom are still working on that game right now. Chris is up 4-3. It's John's break. He makes a ball. And scratches. Definitely not what he wanted. He lets Ramin back to the table with ball in hand. And not a whole lot of trouble in this rack. So looks like Tommy Butler is at the table with 4 balls left. He has a chance to even the score with Chris, although it will be Chris's break. Chris won the flip, so
Geraldine.
Ramin has a pretty routine 3-ball shot down the rail. He just wants to make sure he ends up with a shot on the 5. He did. He's got the right angle to get back down to the 6. This rack should be no problem. And we're going to see Tommy Butler shooting the 9-ball up to the left. And that will be to tie the score 4-4. It'll be Chris Stanfield's break. Jeff Schilder is at the table. He's going to try to get to the hill. He's got 2 balls left. He's got shape on the 8 to get to the 9, so he should be on the hill here shortly. And that's Jeff Schilder versus John Lalo. He's going to go up 5-2. And that is now for sure. Jeff Schilder's up 5-2 over John Lalo from California. Ray's taking some time to look at his rack. It's there's a lot of trouble balls in his rack, so he's going to take some time to figure that out. He wants to make sure that he makes it to the next round, but he did have a warning last match for slow play, so I know he's focused on playing faster, picking up the pace a little bit. He's a very deliberate player. Ramin left himself tough on the 7-ball. He's going to try to bank it. Roll the cue ball forward for shape. He got good action on the cue ball, but did not make the 7. So JT is going to have a chance here to tie up the score. We're getting ready to watch Chris's break in the upper left-hand corner. He's going to be breaking, and if he can break and run right like he did his last break, he will be on the hill. He did have a break and run last time he broke, so we'll see if he can repeat that performance. JT made a good shot on that 7. He doesn't look too happy with the 8, but he has enough angle that he can come back down for the 9. So that would tie this up 3-3. And Chris broke dry, so no repeat break and run performance. Tommy is going to have first shot at that table. John Lalo is at the table. Right now he has control over whether Jeff gets back to the table. If he lets Jeff back to the table, there's a good chance he could lose, as Jeff is on the hill. Ray did let Phil back to the table, but I don't know whether he played safe or not. It is 6:40. JT wins that. Score is 3-3. And Phil Prentice has 2 balls left to tie up his score 2-2. Tommy Butler did let Chris back to the table, so now we see Chris shooting. He has a wide open table. He definitely has the ability to run out here. Let's see if he can play the right side of the ball and make it work. We're watching Ramin's break with a 3-3 score. Broke, made a ball. He's got shape on the 1 with nothing tied up. So maybe we'll see Ramin have a nice run out here. Thank you, Skip. We're trying. I know when I'm watching a stream from home, I want to know what's going on the tables that I can't see, so I try to make sure I keep you guys updated. Lelo's only got 3 balls left on his table to try to keep Jeff from winning this match, but it's not an easy shot. He's taking some time to think about what he wants to do. Phil Prentice did win that last game, so Ray Skinandor, local favorite, versus Phil Prentice from Sacramento are now tied up 2-2. Chris is making quick work of Tommy's error on the 2-ball and running out. He's got 4 balls left. That will put him on the hill, but it will be Tommy's break.
I'm going to do the next match with Jimmy, which will be the last match of the night. It'll be Oscar Dominguez versus Paul Juarez.
So John Lalo lets Jeff back at the table. Jeff wins that match 6-2. So next up on that table, we are going to have Dave Moore versus Josh Smith. Dave is from California. Josh is from Idaho. Chris Stanfield did run out that rack. He is on the hill. It'll be Tommy's break. We're watching JT's break right now. He is up 4-3 over Ramin after running out that rack. He almost made the 9 in the corner. That would have counted. But he did break dry. That 9 didn't go. Neither did anything else. So we will have Ramin at the table trying to even the score. And behind us we have Ray Broke. Let Phil to the table. Phil has a tough shot. He's deciding on whether he wants to jump it or masse. We'll see what he decides to do. Looks like he is going airborne. Nope, he's gonna kick it. He did kick it, he did make it, and then he scratched. And with 5 balls left on the table, he concedes the game to Ray. It's an interesting choice to concede the game with that many balls left. And the next match on the stream table is going to be commentated by Daniel Bush and Jimmy Mattia, Pretty Boy Floyd. That'll be commentated, and it's going to be Oscar Dominguez versus Paul Juarez. So as soon as Ramin and JT are done, we're going to see Oscar Dominguez, a staple at this tournament. I believe he won it last year or the year before. And then against Paul Juarez, we've talked about him earlier. We watched him play a match earlier. He played flawless. He's the new captain of the Las Vegas versus Phoenix Moscone Cup style tournament that we started. We had our first one here in Arizona, January, and Las Vegas lost badly. We're going to try to come back next year with Paul as our coach. I think we got a good chance, and I'll be excited to see him on the stream table. I'll be rooting for him as much as I love Oscar. I got to go for my local guy. And Chris is at the table against Tommy Butler. He is also on the hill, so if he can figure out a way to get out from here, the table is, you know, he doesn't have an easy shot on the 2-ball, so we'll see if he tries to play safe, tries to bank it, tries to play a combo. It may go past the 8. That's the table that you're looking at in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. And it went right past the 8 again. Sometimes we can't always see the angles from where we're sitting. I don't see a whole lot of trouble there, so this could be the end of Tommy's Andy Mercer this year. He's another player that comes from out of town every year to support the event. We always appreciate the familiar faces that come out every year. Ramin decided to play a safe on that 2-ball. So now we're going to see what JT decides to do with that. I think he can see the edge of it. Chris Stanfield slides around perfectly for shape on the 6-ball. Beautiful shape on the 7, and it looks like Chris is going to close out that match.
Scratch that. We're going to do the Eric Horlison match later. So, match after next.
Okay, so never mind. He's just listening. So scratch that.
I'm done. So, like, I'm done doing what I was doing. So come talk to me first.
I got the score update. You're good. He's done. JT makes a good hit on that 2-ball. And that match is over. Chris Stanfield wins that match 6-4, ending Tommy Butler's run here at this year's Andy Mercer. Next up on that table, we're going to have Richard Geiler. Everybody in the chat is calling him The Hat. So I will place who we have Don McClellan versus The Hat coming up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Ray Skinador won that last safety battle against Phil. He's up 3-2. And we have Dave Moore versus Josh Smith in process. They got 3 balls left to figure out who's going to win the first game. We'll let you know what happens there. Ramin is back at the table trying to tie this match up 4-4. He rolls up perfect for that. I don't know if he wanted to be that close to it, but he's going to have to deal with it. He can draw straight back for the 8 as long as he avoids the scratch in the corner pocket. He should be fine. I don't know if you can hear the tournament directors in the background saying flip a coin because this match is starting late. They are not allowing the players to hit balls in practice. They want to keep the tournament going. So if your match starts late, you do not hit balls. You flip and you start the match. So that's what we're seeing now is the Hat versus Don McClellan flipping and getting the match started. Ramin didn't draw back quite far enough to where he wanted to, but he still has a makeable shot on the 8, and this will tie the match 4-4. Phil Prentice has 2 balls left to tie up his match 3-3 after raking the balls with 5 left and giving the last game to Ray. Ramin wins that game. Score will now be 4-4 with Ramin versus JT. Ramin to break. And Phil has let Ray back to the table. He did not run out those last 2 balls, so now Ray has a chance to increase his lead. If he does get out here, it'll be 4-2.
That's true. That's true. How many you want?
Don't sell more tickets. That's my percentage.
Daniel's getting ready to raffle off one of the Mucci cues that was donated to help pay for his trip here. And Ray did figure out a way to make those 2 balls. He is now up 4-2 over Phil. Phil definitely not happy about it. And Dave Moore scratches with 5 balls left to let Josh Smith to the table. He looks visibly upset about it. It seems like everybody knows the Hat, and I've been coming to this tournament for 13 years, and I've never seen him here, so this will be my first time watching him play. But I do agree with your guys' statements that he is the best dressed. He is definitely the best dressed in the room right now. He is playing in a full suit with a hat. So I see why they call him the Hat. I don't know if I would choose to play that way, but more power to him. He looks fantastic. Ramin's going to try this 2-9 combo right here. Try to put himself on the hill. He misses, and he gets a beautiful, what I like to call, shafty out of it. And the Hat was trying to come around 2 rails for a shape on the 6, and I don't think he got there. So I think we're going to see a kick out of the Hat here coming up shortly. And Ray has relinquished the table to Phil. Phil's going to have a chance to do something to make it harder for Ray to extend his lead. Josh Smith did take ball in hand with those 5 balls, and he is now up 1-0 over Dave Moore from California. A lot of players just waiting for their match to start, just sitting off on the sidelines with cues in hand, ready, just waiting for a table to be available. We got some really good matches coming up. Again, we're going to have Paul Juarez and Oscar Dominguez coming up. I believe they're going to be on the stream table. The tournament board here at the event has the table assignments, but the league pool stats does not. And they don't move matches to be on the stream table. Whatever table you're assigned at is what table you play on, unless the table is running behind. That's one thing about the Rum Runners. They don't really play favorites. They play whatever table. And then we have the fantastic Daniel here to give us a good view no matter who's playing on what table. So we will give you coverage regardless of who's playing where. But I think Oscar and Paul are scheduled for the stream table, so that should be our featured match next round. Although Daniel said they have decided not to commentate, so you will probably still have me for that. We'll see who else I get in the booth. I'll wrangle somebody in here eventually. Or it'll just be me. Who knows? We'll see. Any feedback, suggestions, let me know. Ray has 3 balls left to go on the hill, so we'll see what he does with that. And I have Daniel back in the booth now.
Yo, what's up, Stacy?
How's it going? How was your break?
A
working break,
Well,
right?
It hasn't been a break.
Yeah.
I've been running around selling raffle tickets.
You've been hustling.
I've been hustling raffle tickets, yeah.
You do what you do.
Yeah, we got to do. But you know what? Good news is we raised enough to draw the first queue, so that's good.
That is fantastic.
So
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
The event wouldn't be the same without you. So thank you to Mucci for bringing you out here. I know we would have taken care of you either way, but it's nice to have that little bit of extra security there.
Well, you know what? You took care of me. That's beautiful.
Of course, absolutely.
You know.
I'll pay you and I'll commentate for you. How about that?
So you pay me to commentate? Is that what?
Well, kind of. That's kind of what happened.
Wow, I'm so used to being asked the other way around.
I paid you for the pleasure of being able to commentate.
Come
I guess.
on.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's, you know, it's funny. Jimmy Matias said to me, he said a few months ago, or no, last year. No, wait a minute. He was commentating Boosty Chohan, so that was 2016. He says, Daniel and Geraldine are a couple of billiard nuts. And that's what you are, you know what I mean?
I could totally picture him saying that in his voice. I've listened to him on this stream so many times.
Anyway, hope you guys are having fun. What do we got going on, Ramin and John?
Ray just took the hill over Phil Prentice. Phil is definitely on tilt a little bit. He missed a ball last 2 games ago, left 5 balls on the table, and conceded with 5 balls left on the table to Ray, and it was not an easy out that was left, so I think he's a little bit on tilt.
Okay.
You got Dave Moore and Josh Smith just started. Josh won. Dave seems like he's already on tilt. Should be an interesting match to watch. He was a little bit of a troublemaker at the Calcutta, so I can't wait to see what happens there. And then on the far back table, we have Don McClellan versus The Hat. And The Hat is up
Ray
1-0.
Geiler, right?
Yes. Richard.
Richard Geiler.
Richard Geiler,
yeah.
Everybody in the chat calls him The Hat, so I'm going with it.
He's from everywhere, that guy. He's at every event.
Best dressed player in pool. I think he took over that from the Gov when Bernard was still around. Bernard Rogoff was still around.
6 more?
No, 3, and these are for Joe Canella.
Oh, okay.
See, he's still on the hustle. He's still,
Can
you
tell
can hear him
that
selling raffle
Geraldine?
tickets. And remember, we have a tie ball game here on the feature table with Ramin versus JT. They've gone back and forth. Nobody's had more than a 2-game lead here. Ramin is at the table, and it's wide open, so we could see him on the hill soon.
I want to say hi to you guys in the chat room. And thanks for popping on.
Absolutely.
Don Marks. Hey, sorry I didn't get back to you. He was asking me what time we were streaming today or where we were streaming.
All day.
You know.
All day today, all day tomorrow. Remember to tune in at noon. I know people said that it would start around noon. It's not around noon. They flip, they break at noon. So be here. We'll be getting ready. And those first 4 matches, that first 45 minutes is going to be nothing but the winner side. Final 8 on the winner side. You're going to see some great matches being played.
Hey, look at this shot here. Tough action to get a shape on the 8.
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
3-rail shape, but you can't over-roll it.
And the 9's kind of in a funny spot, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He hit it good, though. He hit it.
That's great shape,
he hit
actually.
It perfect. Yeah, Ramin hit that ball real well. Now we'll put him on the hill.
Look at that angle.
Yeah.
Perfect angle.
And if you look behind you, Ray Skenador just scratched and gave Phil ball in hand. And Ray is on the hill, so I'm definitely rooting for the hometown guy.
You said Ray's on tilt or
no,
Phil is?
Yeah, Phil gave away 5 balls. He conceded with 5 balls left on the table after missing a shot.
So you say he's on tilt. You mean you've been seeing emotion?
You know, anytime somebody concedes a game that early into the game, to me, that shows a sign of being on tilt.
I tell you what, you know, guys like.
It's not something that you should do.
Guys like Phil Prentice, you know, he works real hard. You know, he's been playing Mezwest State Tour for like 3 years running now, and he really wants to work on his game.
Yeah.
And this is the Andy Mercer. This is one of the you know, all-time favorite tournaments in the United States.
Yeah.
And you really want to have a good showing in a tournament like this, and it's times like this at the end of the day where emotions run high. So.
And not saying that Ray is not a great player, but he's a local. He's not a pro. He works for a living. He's not guaranteed to get out with 5 balls and ball in hand.
No,
Phil's not playing Shane, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would give up that many balls.
John Staten with the break.
Yep.
And it looks pretty, except for that.
Yep.
The table's leaking.
Yep, it definitely is. He made 1 ball and gave Ramin ball in hand. And if Ramin can figure out a way to get out here, we're going to see a very excited Marianne because he will continue his run.
Yes, that's true.
JT will be out, but, you know, if you need a cue and you don't win the Mucci, I'm sure he has one you can buy.
That's right. He's a dealer, isn't he?
He's a collector that is willing to
dealer,
sell.
yeah.
Everything has a price.
That's beautiful.
His theory is anything can be sold. You just got to find the right buyer and the right price. So if you see something you like, he loves Carmelis, he loves Cokers. He's got a lot of really cool stuff. So update, the hat is now up 2-0 over Don McClellan, and Josh Smith is now up 2-0 over Dave Moore.
I don't like this angle, but if Ramin bumps into the 8, he may get the shape he needs on the 3. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he could. He could, and if he ends up rolling too far, he could shoot the carom. Oh, he focused too much on the shape.
Yeah.
And missed the ball. Now we're going to see some stroke, because the only thing you can do here is draw straight back. So we're going to see some stroke out of JT here in a second.
And let's see if that stroke comes out. Oh, it did come out, but
worried about shape.
Swing and a miss,
and not quite getting there.
Well, this should be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a makeable ball, but that 5-7 makes it real tough to come 2 rails around for the 3. He's going to have to shoot this with a whole bunch of inside. Try to get the cue ball to reverse back off of that end rail.
Well, he can kind of, I think the natural angles have come to the cue ball underneath on the long side of the 3 ball there where the 9 is, but that's incredibly difficult to get perfect shape.
I also don't think that he could make it from there because I think when Ramin hit the 8 hit the 9, and the 3 no longer I don't think that he can get to it from the right side. Wow, he cut the crap out of that ball. And got a nice little bit of love from the 6 to slow him down, keep him from scratching. We'll see if he plays the billiard on the 9. I think it's a possibility. He's definitely looking at it, so. He did not get there, but he played the 2-way, so he has left JT hooked. There is enough room to jump it if he wanted to. He could also kick it. But if he misses, he's in trouble for sure, because that 3-6-9 is going to be an easy combo if he gets back to the table. And the hat is running out again, proving why he's still around. Josh Smith has increased his lead. He's now up 3-0 over Dave Moore. And Ray and Phil still working on that last game. Ray's on the hill. Phil is at 3. And Richard did run out that rack, so that match is now 3-0. You can see Ramin and I in this ball, seeing if it goes. I think he has enough to hit it. It's just a matter of figuring out how he's going to get on the 5, shoot it with an inside, shoot it with some inside, and run into the 7 so that he still has a shot at the 5. And if he does, he'll have a natural angle to get back on the 6 and shoot that 6-9 combo, and that would win the match for him. He's waiting for the table next to him to get done.
This is a tough situation.
Yeah.
You know, if he can cut this 3 in,
yep,
you can super spin this ball and come around 2 rails for the 9. Super spin though. In fact,
that may be what he's doing.
I actually like that shot because there's built-in shape for the 5 as well.
Unless you do that.
That's not super spin, sir.
Yeah.
Come on, Ramin.
Yeah. See, I would play it safe and shoot it with inside, run into the 7, and then the 5 has natural angle to get to the 6-9, and then you don't have a scratch.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, now
that
JT's got ball in hand.
Yeah, it wasn't Ramin's program.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but I think he should be out here, and that will have a hill match. And I believe it'll be Ramin's break.
Hill, ladies and gentlemen.
And I know his mom is sitting in the crowd very, very excited.
Yep, and this match, once it's over, the next match is Oscar Dominguez versus Paul Juarez.
And who's going to be the commentator there? What are we doing?
We can stay and keep doing the same thing. We're going to do...
Jimmy's not ready yet?
Jimmy, no, we're going to do Jimmy on the match after that, which is Eric Horlifson.
Yeah. Yeah, so we will have Jimmy Mattia and Daniel Bush commentating, and that's going to be Eric Horlifson and Frank Marino. That's going to be the next matchup on the stream table after Ramin and John are done. We're going to have Paul Juarez and Oscar Dominguez. After those guys are done, then we're going to have Jimmy Moore on. And then after that, if action pops off, we're going to have POVPOOL after dark.
Yeah, it's already dark.
Yeah, it is dark, but it is not POVPOOL after dark yet. Things get a little bit crazier once the tournament matches are over.
Well, I don't know. Everybody seems to have gone to another bar
Down the street.
Yeah,
putters.
down the street.
Yeah.
Some people went to putters.
This place gets very, very crowded.
Yeah.
And with such a fantastic stream, when you can go a block away and still watch and have such good coverage.
That's true.
You know, I mean, I'm just saying, it's
I haven't seen Jeff Gray yet.
No, he was here Thursday night. I know, because he got me drunk. He got me very drunk on Thursday night. I've had a lot of people buying me drinks for streaming last weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he basically gave me an open tab. So
nice.
Thursday was fun. Yesterday was rough.
That's great.
Yeah, Friday morning was a little bit rough. Haven't done that in a while, so I won't be doing that tonight.
Well, look at the outcome here. Nice wide open table.
Absolutely.
Nice shape.
Yeah.
I don't see any major problems except for the fact that there are 3 balls close to the rail.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that's kind of like a drill exercise.
Yeah, I hated
And
those.
then maybe shape from the 7 to the 8.
Yeah, because the
Could be
7's so
difficult.
close to the rail.
Yeah. And the
You
6.
either want to have no angle at all or enough angle that you can come 3 rails around.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. After this match, we're doing the raffle. Okay, it's Hill. Okay. We're drawing a cue.
Right here?
No, right there.
Oh, you can do it.
Shit. Now, so I need somebody to. I'll get Stacy to pick a ticket then. Okay. You can pick a raffle ticket. You don't want to do it?
And after this match, before the next match starts, we're also going to raffle off one of the fantastic Mucci cues that was able to bring Daniel here to provide this stream. So stay tuned. We'll get back to the pool shortly after. As soon as we draw a winner, we will get back to the action. The Dock Hill entry fee was $155. $150 with a $5 green fee. Jeff, get your ass down here. That's all I got to say. So Ramin a little bit close to his work on that 5 ball, one of those 3 balls that you mentioned that was on the rail.
Yeah,
so
became
we're going
a
to see what he
problem.
does. I mean, it's still makeable, but it's not the shot that you want to be shooting hill. So you hear some clapping in the background. Ray Skinador just won that match 6-3 over Phil Prentice. The local favorite, the Lion Killer Ray Skinador, is still in, living to fight another match. And Josh has made quick work of Dave Moore. He's now up 5-0. And Richard the Hat with almost the same. He's up 4-1 over Don McClellan. So this last round of matches going very quickly. It was 155. 150 with a $5 green fee.
155?
Yep.
Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, and they added 1,000. The bar added 1,000.
Okay.
So we got a good match coming up next. A fellow commentator from earlier today, Ben Sutherland, versus Gary Onamura, owner of Good Times Billiards.
Just give you a big quick peek. We want to thank Mucci Cues. We're going to be raffling off this cue. It's the Mucci Skylar Woodward Bar Box 1 cue, and it comes with a Pro Mucci shaft, Mucci Pro shaft. Retail price $420. Thanking MeichiCues.com for their support of POVPOOL's live stream. Thanks so much.
You know, Skip, a couple of years ago, I was one of the featured matches on POVPOOL After Dark. I think that might have been the first night we did it, was one of the matches that I played against Melinda Wang.
Yeah.
And if you look through Daniel's streams, you will see a couple of matches from the previous years. I played Shane on one of the streams.
Yes.
There's been, so, you know, you've had your chance. I don't know, I don't even have my cues with me, so you're probably not going to see me tonight. No. Nope, I am still a cheerleader.
Which was, you know, it's kind of weird, you know, but you will have a full-time job, so
yeah.
I understand.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You and, like, Rebecca Wagner were, like,
Yep.
the top females in Las Vegas for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, we still are when you go by Fargo rate, but both of us, she's got a full-time job and kids. I got a full-time job, and we both have been taking the gym pretty seriously recently. We both lost you know, crap ton of weight. So we're trying to stay healthy, and the pool room makes that tough to do. So
Yeah.
especially when you're a place like here and there's so much good food.
It's understandable. I mean, to get good at this game, it takes such commitment. You know, you really got to commit and play a lot.
And when Karen Core's got to get a second job, it doesn't really give you a whole lot of hope for when you started at 21, started playing, you know. There's for women, there's just really not enough money in it to make it a full-time thing.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of pick and choose, and I choose to enjoy. We were talking to Ben about it earlier. I only play tournaments with rules that I like, with people that I like. So I'm guaranteed to have a good time. You know, that's why I'm not playing in the women's event next weekend, because I'm not a fan of the rules. So you got to pick and choose events. So, Hill, 3 balls left on the table. Ramin, again with that 7 ball that we talked about, that the 7 to the 8 is going to be a tough shot. You either really wanted to be straight in or with a lot of angle, and he really didn't get either. So we'll see what he comes up with. And he came with an amazing draw stroke. Except I don't think he got there. He to shoot that ball that well and to still not end up with a shot is heartbreaking, Hill. He may be able to see it, but definitely not what he wanted. Josh Smith did win that match over Dave. Dave is now out of the tournament. Josh advances. And Richard Geiler, the hat, is now on the hill against Don McClellan. Don is at the table with a chance. He misses. He'll let the hat back to the table with a possible run out. Coming up on our next table, table 3, that is the table in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to have Ian Costello versus Grant Gilbert. Grant's won 2 tough matches today. Anybody that wins a match from here on out makes it to tomorrow. Anybody that loses is out. So Ramin made a good hit on the 8 ball and has left JT a chance to get out. He hooked himself on the 8, so I was just letting Daniel know what happened while he stepped away.
Interesting, though. He's got a blood tester, too, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not easy. I might even have to play a safety here, you know, just bank the 8 and then use the 9 for cover.
Hill, it's a good idea, but I think he's trying to cut it.
I think he's got that no gluts, no glory
kind of
attitude. Look at that shot.
Absolutely nailed it. And I think he's going to hit it hard enough to...
what a shot. What a shot, John.
That was a fantastic shot.
Oh, Ramin,
and, Ramin
concedes. Awesome. We're going to raffle this. We're going to do this Q draw now. Thanks so much for watching. Don't go anywhere. We got Oscar Dominguez versus Paul Juarez coming right up. Thanks a lot.